Some people battle inner demons, and few illustrate this better than 90s NFL hero Alonzo Spellman. Despite his talent, bipolar disorder turned him into an alcoholic, a drug dealer, and left him struggling with psychosis. Alonzo Robert Spellman, born on September 27, 1971, is a former pro football player from the NFL. He played as a defensive lineman for the Chicago Bears, Dallas Cowboys, and Detroit Lions. He also spent some time with the Las Vegas Gladiators in the Arena Football League. One might think, what can possibly go wrong with such a talented player? But the reality is that his bipolar disorder ruined his life. During his time with the Bears, Spellman showed erratic behavior. The first big incident happened in March 1998. Spellman got angry when a doctor was late for an appointment, yanked a phone off the wall, and threatened to kill himself. Things were even more dangerous because he had access to alcohol, a gun, and weighed about 300 pounds. The authorities were called in, and his friend and former teammate, Mike Singletary, managed to persuade him to go to the hospital. However, Spellman left the hospital shortly after on his own. Spellman was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, but he refused to take medication. Instead, he relied more and more on illegal drugs and alcohol, which led to even more unpredictable behavior and trouble with the law. These issues, along with his refusal to have surgery on his injured shoulder, led to the Bears releasing him. When Spellman joined the Cowboys and Lions, he started taking medication and managed his disorder well. But after his NFL career ended, he stopped taking his meds and got into trouble again. The most notable incident was on July 23, 2002. Spellman had a manic episode during a flight from Cincinnati to Philadelphia. He claimed the flight was going to crash, verbally abused other passengers, and threatened the crew. The plane had to make an emergency landing. After being released, Spellman damaged property at his brother's home and ended up in a psychiatric hospital. He was later arrested for interfering with the flight crew and spent 18 months in federal prison. Even though doctors confirmed his bipolar disorder, he was found legally sane. In interviews with ESPN, Spellman admitted he now understands the importance of taking his medication. He had hoped to return to the NFL, but his age and history made a comeback difficult. Now, he's fully committed to mixed martial arts. Spellman's troubles didn't end there. On January 29, 2008, he was arrested again after leading authorities on a chase following an altercation at a convenience store in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The chase ended after his car tires were deflated by spike strips and pepper spray pellets were fired when he refused to get out of the vehicle. In June 2012, Spellman was released from prison after pleading no contest to 10 counts of eluding police officers from the 2008 charge. Spellman faced more legal issues on November 2, 2015. He was arrested during a traffic stop for several outstanding warrants. When taken into custody, he was found with marijuana and charged with possession of less than 50 grams. He was then turned over to another jurisdiction for the outstanding warrant. Despite all this, his career was quite an extraordinary one. Spellman accepted a football scholarship from Ohio State University. In his freshman year, he started as an outside linebacker and really made an impact. He led the team with 10 tackles for loss and tied for the team lead with 4 sacks. Many media observers thought this was his best position and season in college. In his sophomore year, Spellman was moved to defensive end. He posted 52 tackles, including 9 tackles for loss, and had 2 sacks. However, his season ended on a sour note. He was suspended for the Liberty Bowl and placed on academic probation after he was caught sending someone else to take a classroom test for him. As a junior, Spellman bounced back and earned team MVP honors. He recorded 9 tackles for loss, 3 sacks, 3 passes defensed, and 1 forced fumble in just 9 games. After this strong season, he decided to declare for the NFL draft. Spellman was picked by the Chicago Bears in the first round of the 1992 NFL draft, 22nd overall, entering the league as a 20-year-old rookie. In his first season, he played as a backup to future Hall of Famer Richard Dent at right defensive end. Despite being a rookie, Spellman made a solid impact with 30 tackles, 4 sacks, 4th on the team, and 1 pass defense. The next year, in 1993, he tallied 28 tackles and 2.5 sacks. In 1994, with new head coach Dave Wannstedt deciding not to re-sign Dent, Spellman became the starter at right defensive end. He stepped up his game, recording 60 tackles, 7 sacks, 8 passes defensed, and 1 blocked kick. During the 1995 training camp, Spellman was moved from right to left defensive end. He adapted well, collecting 66 tackles, 8.5 sacks, 5 passes defensed, and 4 forced fumbles. In 1996, he continued to shine with 78 tackles, 8 sacks, 2 passes defensed, and 3 forced fumbles. After the season, he became a restricted free agent. The Jacksonville Jaguars offered him a 4-year, $12 million contract, which the Bears matched. However, 1997 brought challenges. Spellman injured his left shoulder in the 4th game against the New England Patriots, causing him to miss the next 5 games. He also faced off-field issues, leading to a 3-game suspension. He finished the season with 5 starts in 7 games, 15 tackles, 2 sacks, and 2 passes defensed. On November 26th, he was reinstated to play against the Detroit Lions, but things took a dramatic turn on June 12, 1998. Spellman was waived after a standoff with the police at his publicist's house, where he refused to leave for 8 hours before being arrested. The very next day, he left Good Shepherd Hospital shirtless and shoeless in freezing weather. On July 28, 1999, after being out of football for a year, the Dallas Cowboys decided to take a chance and signed Spellman as a free agent. He had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder and had received treatment. During training camp, he was switched from defensive end to defensive tackle. Spellman ended up starting all 16 games, recording 43 tackles, which tied for 10th on the team. He also had 2 tackles for loss, 22 quarterback pressures, which led the team, and 5 sacks, tying for 2nd on the team. In 2000, he started 15 games for the Cowboys. He finished the season with 33 tackles, 3 of which were for a loss, 7 quarterback pressures, 2 passes defensed, and 5 sacks, which was the 2nd most on the team. While Spellman was a solid player for the Cowboys, he never quite reached the same level of performance he had shown with the Chicago Bears. On August 12, 2001, Spellman signed as a free agent with the Detroit Lions. However, his time with the Lions was short-lived, as he was cut on October 24th to make room for wide receiver Burt Emanuel. After being out of football for 4 years, Spellman signed with the Las Vegas Gladiators of the Arena Football League on October 18, 2005. He played as a middle guard on the defense. Spellman's career had the potential to be even greater if it weren't for his bipolar disorder. His story highlights how people's behavior can be deeply affected by underlying health issues that are often overlooked. These issues can cause significant problems if they aren't properly treated. His struggle with bipolar disorder not only impacted his football career, but also his personal life. It led to unpredictable and sometimes dangerous behavior, resulting in multiple run-ins with the law and affecting his professional relationships. His journey serves as a reminder of the importance of recognizing and addressing mental health issues. If he had received the necessary support and treatment earlier, his career might have flourished even more. It's crucial to understand that mental health disorders can profoundly influence behavior and outcomes, and ignoring them can lead to severe consequences. Well, we have reached the end of the video. Make sure to subscribe if you already haven't, and do comment telling us who to cover next.